The Lowry name is synonymous with New Zealand's thoroughbred breeding industry. It was a legacy built by a man with a passion for horses and a keen eye, who laid the foundation for one of the most influential New Zealand racing families. Thomas Henry Lowry, born in 1865, was named after his father, although was better known as Harry. Thomas Sr. had already purchased Okawa in Hawke's Bay, a pivotal acquisition that played a crucial role in the Lowry's thoroughbred future. The younger Lowry was just 15 and studying at Christ College in Christchurch when news came through that his father was dying. After his father's passing, Lowry was sent to England to continue his education at Cirencester Agricultural College and then at Cambridge University. Historians speculate that Lowry's thoroughbred racing interest truly ignited during his university days. Cambridge is close to the iconic Newmarket racecourse. Lowry took over the management of Okawa upon his return to New Zealand and quickly immersed himself in thoroughbred racing. Marriage to Helen Marzi Watt in 1896 brought another famous racing family into the fold. Marzi's brother, Edward, was a renowned judge of horseflesh and one of Australia's largest racehorse owners. The Lowrys and the Watts would frequently collaborate in the racing industry over the following years. By the turn of the 20th century, Lowry had already established himself as a competitive racing force, excelling in bracelet and jumping events. Greater success came when Lowry enlisted Fred Davis as his private trainer. Davis, a former jockey, had previously worked for the famous Edward Watt. In 1908, Lowry and Davis struck gold when Downfall won the prestigious New Zealand Cup, marking the beginning of a highly fruitful partnership. Davis's expertise led to the acquisition of a horse that would forever change the Lowry family fortunes, Bobrikov, a 2-year-old gelded colt. He'd been purchased by Edward Watt, but Davis recognised the potential and resold him to Lowry. He was affectionately known as Old Bob, but he had plenty of speed, dominating the New Zealand racing scene with 24 wins in both sprint and staying events. Bobrikov became a fan favourite with his Auckland Cup victory at the age of 8. His run from last to first was one of the most impressive performances ever witnessed at Ellerslie. Yet it wasn't just Bobrikov who boosted the Lowry name. One of the most iconic horses bred by Lowry was Desert Gold, better known as the Queen of the Turf. This Hall of Fame mare became a national hero, racing with invincibility against the best horses of her era. Her fierce rivalry with the champion gelding Gloaming captivated race fans. Their shared record of 19 consecutive race wins still stands more than a century later. Lowry's success continued beyond Desert Gold. He acquired the mare Miss Cute in 1923. Her offspring included Beaupartier, winner of both St Ledgers, Lambourne, a Wellington Cup winner, Rising Fast, the 1954 Melbourne Cup, Caulfield Cup and Cox Plate winner, and Key, a champion filly with 16 wins to her name. In 1924, Lowry made another significant purchase, the English sire Psychology, whose offspring included the outstanding Cuddle, one of the most important mares in New Zealand's breeding history and a Hall of Famer. Lowry also bred Bravado by Psychology, which is the ancestress of another high-class Okawa family, which produced Froth, Horlicks, and her Melbourne Cup-winning son, Brew. Lowry's Okawa stud also played a key role in the early days of New Zealand's thoroughbred sales, selling at the inaugural Trentham Yearling Sale in 1927 and continuing for over 6 decades. He was also a prominent buyer, topping the buyers list in 1938. Beyond racing, the Lowry family were also philanthropists. When World War II broke out, they donated a substantial £10,000, equivalent to millions today, to build the Lowry hut in Egypt for New Zealand soldiers. Marzi Lowry, Harry's wife, spent much of her life involved in philanthropic work, and their daughter Beat was dedicated to helping the troops at the Lowry hut. Harry also served 2 terms as the president of the Hawke's Bay Jockey Club and was an active participant in cricket and golf. His son, Tom Lowry, became New Zealand's cricket captain. Thomas Henry Lowry passed away in 1944, but his legacy endures through his descendants, who continue to shape New Zealand's thoroughbred racing industry to this day.